If you were advising the president on what measures to take to contend with these issues, or this bigger issue, but all of these different aspects of it, what kind of advice would you give him?
Hypothetically speaking, if we here at the Center for Security Policy were in a position to advise the President, the National Security Council, I think the number one thing we would support is build that wall. Build the wall across the southern border, wherever a wall is best suited, wherever a fence or double fencing or whatever technological means are best suited for whichever geographical area we're talking about, do it. Then after that, I think what we would probably advise would be an overhaul of what President Trump called extreme vetting when he was on the campaign trail, for example, back in 2016. And we would suggest that consulates, consular officers, State Department, ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, CBP, Customs and Border Patrol, that the officials of these agencies be afforded courses and training in how to question closely those who are seeking visas, either non-immigrant visas or immigrant visas, you know, and this would extend to the refugee resettlement program as well as immigration. How to formulate questions, good questions, and then to understand the answers they're getting, along with things like, you know, body language and how to interpret the body language of different, you know, foreign populations, let's say. Each one is not exactly the same as the other. But in particular, I think the questions that we would recommend would be geared to finding out if the intending visitor or immigrant is willing to abide by U.S. law, if to be an immigrant, a permanent immigrant to the United States or a resettled refugee. Are they willing to affirmatively abrogate allegiance to every other legal system and only pledge allegiance now to the United States of America and our Constitution and the laws derived from it? That's super important. And then to question them on their suitability, not just to contribute in an economic or academic way to the U.S. economy and our population and communities, but also are they well suited to assimilate into a Judeo-Christian-based society and legal system, our Constitution, and to embrace the principles that our founding documents, the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, Bill of Rights, are based on. Those are very specific questions, and we would be looking for some very specific answers and indications of truthfulness, of course. But I think all of that is really necessary to be provided in training that, to the best of my knowledge, those agents of those agencies I mentioned just aren't getting and have not gotten yet up until now.